Welcome in everybody. We're going to go ahead and do an SSD install tutorial video today, and we're going to be doing that with a beautiful LENOVO LOQ 15.6, and this will qualify for all 5 of their renditions of the 15.6s. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and take out the SSD, go ahead and unscrew those beautiful bolts, and we're going to do that with a smaller pair of screwdrivers. So make sure you have a little smaller pair that is not the regular pair, because that will not fit it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that, and there are a multitude of screws, so you're going to have a little bit of fun with it. If you have an electric screwdriver, good for you, you're ahead of the game, and if not, like me, then we're going to take our time with it and speed through this. And if you want to open it up nice and easy, you're wrong, you can't do that. You need a thin, small card-like object to go ahead and fit through those cracks and kind of push it up as you trail all through it. So make sure you do have a little card on the side. If it does have a plastic film layer, it will rip it out, so just be careful with it or crying out. And bam, that is where the beautiful SSD will lie. And honestly, if you look very closely, it actually looks very much similar to it. So it's going to be very hard to miss where the slot is going to be at. Okay, so just make sure it goes in exactly like that. And we're going to go ahead and unscrew that beautiful bolt right there that's holding it down. And we're going to go ahead and unplug it. And make sure that when you do this part, you plug it in all the way. I don't want to see any of those golden pins in there, okay? And that's because if you see any of those gold pins, it is not in correctly. You need to push it in all the way. Don't try to be careful with it. Don't be like so fragile with it. Just push it in, because that is not going to read it. Okay, so once you do that, go ahead and readdress that screw. Make sure it's bolted in good enough, because your laptop will be moving around, so you don't want it to jiggle too much. And go ahead and place the top back, and when you do not screw all of the screws back in, because what if something happens and it's not understanding it, it's not reading it correctly, and you just went through all that trouble all again. So please don't put it back on, and don't freak out if you don't see it right away, because I freaked out and unplugged it about 3 times. Just go ahead, go to the control panel. Okay, I apologize for the brightness, but just go to the control panel, go ahead and go to the options that I put right there, go to storage, and you're going to want to go ahead and have it format it. Okay, this disk, at least this one in particular, needed to be formatted before it could be read, because my system, my computer, could not read it. So go ahead and do that. Make sure you give it a second, because I could be a little impatient and I was like freaking out a little bit. So give it a second to do that, to format it. Then once you do, it will pop back up. So you're golden, you're good. Okay, go ahead, and you still need to initialize it, so don't forget about that. Okay, so you need to initialize it. The system is now reading it. It has to initialize it. It's drive. Just head on over to control panel, initialize it, hit the setup wizard, finish the baby, and bam. Once you do that, your baby is freaking there and ready to go. I mean, look at this. Okay, bam, bam. Okay, so we are good for it. It is now here, and look, it's reading it. Okay, it's really reading it. And you can go ahead and rename it by pressing that button right there at the top. And I just named mine Mecha. I like interesting names on my babies. Go ahead and authorize it, and your baby's good to go. Go ahead and follow for more videos.